Welcome to Operation 32. This is going to be our first ever episode, and we are pretty excited about it. I think we have some good
moderately excited.
Okay. Moderately excited for it. So how this is going to work is we each have 15 topics, and we're just going to
I actually have 16, but
you know. 16. But we're each going to present a topic, and we're going to take turns, and we're going to choose which topic we want to go first. Yeah, okay. It's going to be good. So, Enoch, would you like to present the first topic for us today?
Okay. Pens versus pencils.
Oh, gosh.
In my opinion, there's only one right answer. Yes.
It has to be pens.
Thank
pens you. Pencils have that, like, friction.
Yeah. Pens
with the graphite, it just doesn't...
It looks nicer.
Yeah, and pens, like, they have a bit of a flow, so, like, if I was writing for, like, a really long time, like, if I was, like, writing a report on a paper, then it just flows better, so it feels better with the hand, and my hand doesn't get as sore, and all that jazz. Alright, my first question is... It's a general question.
Ooh. I love me a good general question.
Food while playing video games.
I've been preparing for this question for a long time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So... I do love me some food and games.
Yeah, I like food. I like video games. They make sense.
I like cereal.
Right, but that's kind of...
Yes.
I feel like that's kind of inconvenient.
It is.
While playing video games, you gotta have the spoon and the milk, and it's all wet.
When I first got my Switch, and I first started playing Breath of the Wild, and I don't want to take breaks, cereal was the easiest way of killing Link. Because I would, take a bite, and then, something would happen, and then I have to put it down, and then pick up my Joy-Con.
Yeah.
I agree, but it's cereal, so.
Yeah, it is cereal. I like cereal. Cereal's good.
Cereal's good.
Cereal's good.
Cereal's my friend.
I like candy.
Candy's good.
But it can't be like that gel crap. It has to be, it can't, that stuff. Like, that stuff is good, but not while playing video games.
Yeah.
You will get it all over your screen, and it'll be nasty.
I like popcorn, but I don't like popcorn grease on my controller.
Yes, I hate grease. I hate, every time my sister wants to play my DS, I have to have a grease check on her hands.
Yeah.
Because this has happened too many times where we ate, fried chicken for dinner, and then she picks up my DS, and I open up my DS, and I go, wow, look how glossy those buttons are. And then I touch it, I'm like, ah!
It's worse for the DS because you close it, and it's just in there.
Yeah, it's just in there.
At least with the Switch, it's,
the 2DS.
Exposed, or the 2DS, it's exposed to air and materials and other things that it was
really gross. Yeah, so... I think, but candy, if you had, it can't be individually wrapped. You have to, open up the bag and it has to be there.
Yeah.
So, Kit Kat
Minis... It has to be, a bowl.
Okay, not chocolate, though. Not chocolate either, because it'll melt in your hand. Well, okay, maybe chocolate... Well, okay, my hands always get sweaty and hot while playing video games. So if I reach into the chocolate bag, it would, melt immediately, and then I'd have...
You can't have melty chocolate.
Yeah, and then I'd have to lick off my fingers before I touch the controller again, and then I have to wipe them on my pants and stuff like that. So, yeah, chocolate's a no-go. Yeah, but, jelly beans...
Me and jelly beans have a mixed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I hate cheap jelly beans.
You have to have Starburst jelly beans.
Yeah,
are the best.
Yeah, you gotta get the good, jelly, the high quality.
The
the cheap, they're just so gross. They're just sugar with flavoring, which is a lot of candies, to be fair, but it just doesn't taste good.
And it's the kind of cheap jelly beans where every jelly bean tastes the exact same, and it's just a gross sugar blob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on.
This is also something I've been thinking about because I have more strong opinions about this.
Mm-hmm.
Haircuts.
Haircuts.
Why? What do you think about haircuts?
I need one. I
think most people would argue I need a haircut a lot more than you do.
Well, okay, no. I hate this. And you would be the only one that sees it, but I hate this. I hate when my hair rests on my forehead, which is one of the reasons why I started parting it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I hate it when it rests on my forehead. It just bothers me. When I go to bed, I try to do something to keep the hair off my forehead, because it It'll keep me up at night.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the feeling. It's just constantly there.
Like,
yeah,
I have
that just made me
like,
though.
I have like more forehead covered than exposed.
Yeah.
My hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're just used to it.
Yeah, I have a deep hatred for haircuts. I don't like them.
I actually thought about, like, what if you got a buzz cut? What if you got drafted into the military and they made you get a buzz cut?
I would go rogue.
Yeah, that would not. Yeah. That most likely won't happen though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, okay, so a little more about haircuts because this is something I've been holding in for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was young, I hate haircuts. Like, I would cry every time I had to get a haircut. Okay?
So when I was littler, I always got buzz cuts. Now I just go to like a thing and I get like my sides off and stuff.
Yeah,
and then I keep like my hair long so I can part it. But like, everyone would tell me that it doesn't hurt, but I swear every time there was always like a scratch and it hurt. Like it was not, especially on like I have like a bumpy head. And so like it's not always even. So when my dad's just going to like a straight line, it always like a bump, like it goes on a bump, and it hurts. And they always tell me it doesn't hurt, but it always hurts. It always does.
Yeah. Even now that I'm older, I still hate haircuts until the glorious day where I started cutting my own hair.
You cut your own hair?
I cut my own hair.
That's kind of impressive.
And I don't. It's not like one big haircut every month. It's like small haircut. I just trim a little before I take a shower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's an odd topic.
Yeah, but it's just something. It's just something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I had to get that out.
That makes sense. Okay, so moving on. The one thing that I'm sad about is the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con lawsuit made by Game Vice. Is the third-party like gaming mobile gaming thing. Company.
I've heard a little bit about this. You seem a lot more.
So their
informed.
Their peripheral is two little things that snap onto. I think it's like by magnets. They snap onto the side of a tablet, and from the pictures I see, it looks like it's similar, but it looks nothing like what the Switch concept is. And the thing, and Game Vice says it's like their claim is that the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. I have the left Joy-Con in my hand right now. The Joy-Cons kind of like infringe because they patented that design, and they infringe on those rights. But here's the thing that Nintendo has going for them. First of all, for those devices, that peripheral that Game Vice made, for them to work, they have to be hooked up to the tablet.
Yeah.
Whereas the Joy-Cons communicate with the Switch.
Yep.
They communicate with the Switch, and then attaching them is just an option.
Yep.
And the Game Vice, I think they're supposed to work with any tablet. I'm not too sure about this. I think they're supposed to work with any tablet that will fit them. Whereas the Joy-Cons is just the Switch.
Yeah.
I think those are the two things that Nintendo is going for them. Plus, yeah. I don't know. I feel like this whole so
the main thing with this is like I feel like Nintendo's probably gonna win this, but
but
it's more about what's at stake.
Yeah, they have to be careful because if they lose, they're not allowed to sell the Switch anymore. Yeah, and that's scary. That is especially for someone that doesn't have it.
That is legitimately scary.
But the thing is, if that happens, what would happen to all the Switches that are in stock?
That is like, and
will they stop? Would they be sold or would they like just be given away? If they were given away, I would definitely get one. I would still be sad as heck, but I would get one.
And would they stop making games for it?
I don't know. Yeah, and that's the other thing. But there's only like 7 million. They've only sold 7 million units, which would
only 7 million.
Yeah, I know. And the Wii U sold 13 million. So if Game Vice won, if they ended up winning. The Switch, which is such a fantastic concept, would be an even bigger flop than the Wii U, and that's sad.
That is really sad.
That is like I don't know how to describe that. I think even though Game Vice isn't a necessarily big company, because I hadn't even heard about them until I read those articles. Even though they're not a big company, they could still they could still win. And so I don't think Nintendo should underestimate them, and I think they need to be careful. Yeah, and this whole thing just reminds me of when Universal sued Nintendo, and Nintendo won, and Universal, and that was when Nintendo was really small, and if you don't know about that story, I definitely recommend you look it up, because it was about when Donkey Kong was reaching its height of popularity, and Universal sued them because Donkey Kong had a lot of similarities to King Kong. Yeah, but Nintendo handled that case really well, and definitely solidified them as a legitimate company, even though they were relatively small back then.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like Nintendo's probably going to win, but it's just a really scary thought.
Yeah. Alright, so let's move on from such a grim topic.
So this is something we've talked a little bit about, but I feel like we can go more in depth. Breath of the Wild DLC.
Okay. So, the DLC for Breath of the Wild, if you don't already know, there's one that's coming out in December, and we don't know a whole ton about it. It's got some new stuff, like some new clothing, some new armor and stuff, but there's not really much. But the DLC that's out right now is called the Trial for the Sword, and it's basically like a 50 level, like, killing spree for bokoblins, and, like, I don't know, I don't really get the whole story about it, but it's $20 if you want to get it, and I like Nintendo. I like how Nintendo handles things like DLC because it's not required.
Yeah.
A lot of games, a lot of really good games, big downfalls is a required DLC. Where, like, you have to have the DLC to, like, beat the game or continue on the story or something like that. But Nintendo doesn't seem to do that a lot. And especially with the Trial of the Sword, it's just an optional thing.
Yeah, so when I first heard about this DLC, I thought, okay, that's fine. I don't see why people are getting so angry about it. Except, that's what I thought until I actually started getting into Breath of the Wild. And Breath of the Wild's an amazing game, and it doesn't need the DLC, but it kind of bothers me that they released the DLC so close to the release of the game.
I don't think that's the main problem.
I don't think that's a problem, and I know that most other companies would probably just wait to release it just to make it look like that, and and I get it, and I'm not blaming Nintendo, but it still kind of bothers me. Like,
yeah, what I don't like about probably my only complaint with the DLC at this point is the price point, like $20 for the Trial of the Sword. There's something about that expensive. Just doesn't feel worth it to me.
Yeah.
And the Trial of the Sword could be like an amazing add-on.
Yeah.
But there's just I just don't know.
That's like a third of the price of the full game, and it's not nearly. It's not adding another third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. But we're gonna have to see about the DLC that comes out during December.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. I think they handle it pretty well, but it just kind of bothers me a little bit that I feel like just whenever I think like, whenever I see something cool in the DLC, I'm like, they could have added that to the main game, which bothers me a little, but I think it's really okay.
Yeah. All right. So this is actually a question that I've actually kind of thought about.
Okay.
What Smash Bros. Character would you like to see make an appearance in a Smash Bros. Game for the Nintendo Switch?
There is only one answer.
I know it's gonna be
Shovel Knight.
Oh yes,
Shovel Knight.
So
Plague Knight, Spectre Knight.
I really want Shovel Knight in there because I like the game. I just don't really want to buy it, and I like Shovel Knight's like interesting combat. Like just like the basic Shovel Knight is just so clever, like a shovel as a weapon. You know, that's just clever, and I think it would be a really good add-on for the Nintendo Switch, But you see, each character has like a ranged attack and like a close range attack. I don't really know much about Smash Bros, but from what I have played, there's like a range attack and then a short range attack. What would be Shovel Knight's ranged attack?
I mean, Shovel Knight, he has different items that he could use, like
right, and that's what I thought about too. Was like
his little fireball thing.
Oh,
I don't know,
or the alchemy coin. I feel like the alchemy coin is a little bit more well known.
Really? I think that the fire. I don't even know the names. Well, I know the alchemy coin, but the fire rod. I feel like that might be more of a Shovel Knight thing.
Yeah.
Like the alchemy coin might be better, but I think that it's more recognizable.
Yeah.
Because like in Plague Knight, when you go and fight Shovel Knight, he's using the fire rod, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually use the alchemy coin in that battle.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I'm pretty sure if they did, they would probably use the fire rod.
Yeah, or both, because you know how, like, sometimes, I'm not sure what happens, but, like, if I usually play as Link, and whenever I do a ranged attack, I don't know what triggers this or what I'm pressing. Like I said, I don't really know much about Smash Bros. I just thought this was an interesting topic.
Mm-hmm.
But sometime it'll switch from the bow to the boomerang. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking maybe you can switch from the fire rod to the alchemy coin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but another character I want to see is Springman and or Ribbon Girl from ARMS.
Okay, yeah.
Because, like, just the mechanics of ARMS would fit so well in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Like, their one attack, it could be a mixture of the ranged attack and the short range attack, just because of their springy arms. And the grabbing feature, there's a grabbing feature in Smash Bros. To bring your opponent closer to you if your opponent's being a coward. And that feature, that mechanic was already in the ARMS game.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like they could be really well integrated into the Smash Bros. Game, as well as their signature arms, like their signature boxing gloves, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see the Inklings.
Yeah.
I think the Inklings would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Like, I feel like there's kind of this, like, next generation of Nintendo with ARMS and Splatoon. I feel like that's kind of like...
Yeah, that's what's happening. Like,
That's, like, the
like,
hip
we're gonna,
game.
Yeah, like,
I
we're
feel
gonna
like
grow up and we're gonna watch our kids play, like, Splatoon 50.
Well, yeah.
Or, like, the newest version of Splatoon, and we're gonna, like, and they're gonna buy, like, Splatoon 2 on Virtual Console.
Yeah, it's weird, because I feel like I kind of got into Nintendo right before they started releasing all these new games.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel old compared to, like, the people, like, I kind of feel like an old school fan, even though I haven't been in it that long. I haven't been in the game that long.
Yeah, so, next topic.
Okay. Headphones versus earbuds.
Headphones. I have this really nice pair of earbuds that I got for my birthday, and they're really good, and I use them for, like, everything, from music to video games to, like, on my 2DS.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like headphones, too.
Yeah, I was wondering what your opinion was going to be.
My earbuds have those little ear curls.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason why I choose headphones over earbuds is because earbuds don't stay in my ears, but those earbuds that I have are perfect because they have that little ear curl, and they fit into my ears perfectly, and it works. Yeah, so, I don't know, like, I like headphones, I like them both, but it definitely depends on the pair of earbuds. Like, if it was the earbuds that I have now, then definitely earbuds.
Yeah.
Just because they're a little bit portable, and you can get a really good sound quality. But if it was, like, just, like, the Apple earbuds, for example, I'd take headphones.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I generally use headphones more than earbuds, but I do think earbuds do have their place in the universe.
Yeah, and headphones are definitely a little bit more comfortable, especially for, like, long periods of time.
Yeah.
Because after a while, like, I've had my earbuds in for a while, and even with the ear curls and that they fit my ears perfectly, my ears still get a little sore from it.
Yeah,
just, like,
because it's in your ear, where headphones just go over your ears.
Just kind of over your and these little cushions. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next one.
Yeah.
So this is a general question. What video game would you like to see be made in a card game, and what mechanics would you like to see in the card game that were translated from the actual video game?
Only you would come up with a question like that.
I'm sorry.
Let me think about that. The first thing that comes to my head is Breath of the Wild.
Of course, but that would be, I feel like that would be more of like a huge board game.
Yeah,
that
you
takes
couldn't
like hours to
really
complete.
You couldn't really have the essence in a card game.
Yeah.
The next thing that comes to mind is Shovel Knight.
I think that could be doable.
I don't know, I'm trying to think, because I've had this... I'm very particular about my card games. I'm trying to think what would best... I mean... I think I'll have to go... I don't know if Breath of the Wild would be my choice, but one of the Zelda games. Because I like that. I like that, because I feel like Zelda has a very good style.
I think if you turned a Link to the Past into a card game, it could work. Or a board game, because just the 2D feel is similar to a board game. Like going from square to square to square, you know?
Yeah.
Like that could actually work, and then and then there would be like a certain amount of like and I feel like there could be like modes and depending on the mode, like easy, medium, hard, there'd be a certain amount of enemies in each square that you went to, that you explored on the board.
And I think if I were to make that, maybe I'd actually go Triforce Heroes, because and then have like actually what's I don't know I would be tempted. Why I say that is I'd be tempted to have like 3 Links, and then have 1 Ganon. And then have Ganon have control of all the monsters, and then...
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Kind of like a Dungeons & Dragons situation, except the Ganon in this situation have more limits.
It actually plays.
Yeah, he has more. Ganon wants to win, but then it's 3 versus 1, but the 1's a lot more powerful.
Yeah, and the thing about...
That's how I would do it.
And the thing about Triforce Heroes is there's a lot of collecting in Triforce Heroes. So if anybody's out there who's ever played Triforce Heroes, there is a lot of, like, collecting and stuff like that. Because of the point of the game is like save Princess Styla or something.
Yeah, like
it's definitely a kid's game.
The only reason I say Triforce Heroes is 3 Links.
Yeah,
like,
it would just make the most sense.
Yeah,
and I think that's the only mechanic you'd be borrowing from Triforce Heroes if you did make a board game.
It'd be just basically like 3 Links in like I would actually maybe go for the original Zelda style.
Oh,
Because I just...
Yeah, that would make sense. And then you could have, like, separate boards for dungeons.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't even know if you would have
That would be a big card game. That would be, like... Well, okay, you wouldn't have all 8 dungeons. Maybe, like, 4.
Yeah.
And then we'd be borrowing mechanics from Majora's Mask, because Majora's Mask only has 4 dungeons.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, moving on.
Okay. So, we're both fans of Star Wars.
Right.
Are you a fan of Star Trek?
I actually thought about asking you as a topic, have you ever seen Star Trek? And it's interesting you bring that up, because I actually started... this is kind of interesting, but I actually started watching Star Trek The Next Generation, which is an older TV show. Mm-hmm. But it's not as old as the original TV show, because the original TV show came out in the 60s. Mm-hmm. This came out in the 80s. So... I actually like it. Originally, I didn't really like this, and I'm talking about the TV shows, the new movies. I need to see Star Trek Beyond. But I actually enjoy it a lot, and I didn't really want to watch it before because I just liked Star Wars better, and the fact that it has more pew pew spaceship battles. But then after watching, I'm 6 episodes in. I just started. After watching Star Trek for a little bit, I realized that Star Trek isn't about the wars. It's about the Trek. See what I...
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can't... If you've watched Star Wars first, which I'm sure a lot of you have, you have to go in not focusing on the wars. The Trek is what you need to focus on.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I have not seen any Star Trek anything. No movies, no series.
Enoch. That's sad.
My dad is a pretty big fan of Star Trek.
Yeah, that's what my dad said. My dad said I asked him, okay, Dad, I actually kind of want to watch a Star Trek thing. Which one should I start with? And he's like, just start with The Next Generation.
Yeah. So I know some of this stuff. I know like a little Star Wars or Star Trek stuff, but I've never seen anything.
Watch the newer movies first, because
I
think you'll enjoy those a lot more if you want to see some more pew-pew spaceship battles.
I do love my pew-pew spaceship battles.
Anybody loves their pew-pew spaceship battles.
Yep.
So yeah, I'd definitely recommend you watch those first, because I've only seen one of the modern movies, and it was Star Trek Into Darkness, and it was good. I really enjoyed that, and my dad... And I asked my dad if I could watch Star Trek Beyond the other day, and he said that we could just watch it together sometime. So, yeah, I definitely recommend you watch the modern movies and then Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay. Do you have
next
topic?
Okay. What feature would you like to see for the Switch in a future update? I actually have one that I would like to see. Even though I don't have the Switch, I would like to see this. But what feature? Like a home menu, or like a gaming feature, or some sort of like...
That's interesting.
Turbo button?
VR?
Right, but that's different.
Is it? Like,
yeah, but that takes that would take another peripheral. So like focus on
like focus on what? Like what are
like not VR.
Like not VR. Okay. I I don't know. I think that I don't know. I mean, I don't think that there's that much that I would want to see. Like, nothing really comes to my mind immediately. What were some of the things you were saying? Like,
okay, so I thought, I think, a multitasking feature. Imagine saving your exact spot in Shovel Knight and then being able to go back to Breath of the Wild.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
But, yes, that would be nice. Something that I know this is super unrealistic and is literally never going to happen, and it's silly for me to even say this.
Just do it.
But 3D for the Switch would be awesome. Like, there's been moments in Breath of the Wild I'm like, oh, I should turn on the 3D. Because that's what I would do with my 3DS, is I would wait for, like, a really cinematic moment. I'm like, oh, this would look awesome in 3D, then I'd turn that on. And I thought, oh, I should totally watch this cutscene or this part in 3D, and then I'm like, oh,
wait, no 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch it happen, though.
Watch them come out with the next Switch is Switch.
No, like
3D.
Watch them like come up with a feature. Like there's like you press the home button and there'll be like a little dial that you just do with your finger if you want to turn on the 3D. But the technology isn't inside the Switch, which would just be the main drawback. Which would be like the main thing why it won't happen.
The Switch already has a 3D feature. It just hasn't been unlocked yet. They just added dial.
That would be cool. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
The 3D Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Okay. What do you think of board games?
Board games?
Yeah.
Like what kind?
Like what board games do you like? Let's start there.
Sorry. The ultimate game of sweet revenge, don't you know? Okay, well, I've mostly played a lot of like family board games. I haven't played a lot of like fantasy board games. I would like to play fantasy board games because I feel like that would be a good time.
We should play Legends.
Oh wait, I have played. Okay, hold that thought.
Okay.
I have played Carcassonne with you. If you've played Carcassonne, or if you haven't, good game. It's a good game.
Yeah.
And I've played
solid.
Settlers
Classic.
of Catan.
Classic.
I really like both of them because they're both like. They're both sorta. Well, okay, Catan more than Carcassonne. Like resource management and managing like a country or.
Yeah, Carcassonne has that a little bit with managing people, but like I
but
like
it's less.
Yeah,
Carcassonne is more like what would be best.
Yeah, Carcassonne is like a casual game. Like it's a solid casual game, but when I want to like roll up my sleeves and like get into the really competitive hardcore game, I always go for Catan or Legends.
Yeah. What's Legends?
Legends. Okay, have you ever played Stratego?
No.
Okay. Basically, Stratego is where you have different pieces with the different numbers, and think of it like chess, but you get to choose how you arrange your pieces. You win when you take down the other person's flag or castle, depending on what version it is. But you don't know, like, all the pieces are like little frames, and you can't see what pieces are what. So then it's like, think of it like chess, but you don't know what the other piece is. And then Legends is a version of that, but it's like think of it as like Legends, but with like different monsters have different effects, and like things have flying abilities, and it's just like craziness, and there's dragons and sorcerers, and it's crazy. We should play.
Yeah, you need to.
It's
I really need to. I'm having a little bit.
It's really fun, but it's really, really complicated.
Yeah, I'm having trouble grasping the concept right now.
And then there's bombs, and if you try to fight a bomb, your guy blows up. You want a lot of bombs around your castle, but then if your opponent starts like hitting a lot of bombs, you're like, oh, the castle's over here. And then there's like really weak guys. There's like one hitters, and they can't kill anything except for 10 hitters.
This reminds me a lot of like Battleship. Like you don't know where your opponent
like it's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of insulting to call it like Battleship.
I'm sorry.
But I have played a lot of Battleship. Because we have two battleships. We have two battleship sets.
Mm-hmm.
So every now and then we'll, like, probably a few times a year we'll have a battleship tournament just for fun if we're really bored.
Mm-hmm.
If the power goes
Yeah,
out or
Battleship... The thing about Battleship, though, it's just, it gets boring.
Yeah.
It gets boring really fast, especially if you're not hitting anything. It's pure luck.
Yeah.
It's like 99.9%
I mean,
luck.
some people...
well, placing your ships out takes a lot of strategy. Like, you gotta think, what's most likely they're gonna do?
Yeah.
But
and then you also
that's only, like, a couple minutes of the full game, which could take a long time.
People would also argue they have to, like, read your opponent on where their ships are and stuff, but... Yeah.
But that's
kind of
overkill.
Yeah. I have very fond memories of playing Battleship with my dad, and
I do too,
being dumb. Being really dumb about things.
I do too, and I like Battleship, it can't hold your attention for more than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. What board game did I just... Wait, have you ever played Rummy Cub?
Yes, I love Rummy Cube. I call it Rummy Cube.
It's called... It's Rummy Cub.
It's Rummy Cube.
It's Rummy Cub.
It's Cube.
Anyway, my dad really likes it, so we'll play that a lot.
Yeah. I actually haven't played it in a long time.
That's our, like, Sunday afternoon game when it's just kind of downtime. Like, we want to do something as a family time.
I like that game, but I haven't played it in a while.
Uh-huh.
What is your dream video game controller? Like, what features would you want in a video game controller to make it perfect for you? Or are the Joy-Cons perfect enough?
I mean, I don't know how you would get better than the Joy-Cons, frankly.
That's true. Joy-Cons are pretty good, and I am one of the minority who actually likes the Joy-Con grip.
A very, very small minority.
A very, very small minority. And
I think it must be the size of your hands, because...
It's definitely the size. I don't think it's that bad. I mean,
I don't think it's that bad. I just prefer having them separate.
I would rather have a Pro controller than the Joy-Con grip, but I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it, like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So what would be your dream controller?
Do you have one?
The Pro controller, basically. The Switch Pro controller. It's got the HD rumble. It's got the motion controls, even though for some games I probably wouldn't use them. Splatoon. Yeah, I'm also one of the rather bigger minority that doesn't want to use Splatoon motion controls.
I love me some motion controls, like Breath of the
Wild. You really do.
Controls.
I understand that, and
like,
so I played Ocarina of Time 3D, and that had motion controls. But I liked them at first, but the only thing that stopped me is car rides.
Yeah, I
cannot control on car rides, and if I have to use the motion controls for a long time for like a puzzle or something, I just can't. I have to do it like this, and my arms just get tired, and so I just stop.
I think.
And I played, and after I shut off the motion controls in Ocarina of Time, I played fine after that. Like I played fairly decently.
I think motion controls are really good for the Switch when you have both the Joy-Cons separated, and then because it's just the right Joy-Con, and then it's not much movement.
Yeah.
And then the thing with motion controls from Breath of the Wild, sometimes like when you're trying to like hit a rope or something, you want to be really accurate. Something that the controls can't do well.
Yeah, but I actually kind of figured it out pretty well in Ocarina of Time 3D.
I mean, it's possible. It's just not as easy.
Just don't try shooting arrows while Epona is riding forward really fast. I wasted a lot of arrows doing that.
Okay.
So the only way when you mount Epona on Ocarina 3 in Ocarina of Time, when you mount Epona, the only weapon you're allowed to use is a bow, and when you use the bow, you can no longer control Epona's speed. But she'll keep going. Like, she won't slow down at all. She'll keep going the same speed, so you definitely have to go slower, but not as slow. Alright, we're kind of veering away from my original topic, but you know.
But you know, that's what podcasts are all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what would be my perfect controller. Like, any change I can think about making to the Joy-Cons would make them worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Joy-Cons are my answer. Okay.
Just Joy-Cons. Mine's the Switch Pro Controller.
Okay. This is a good segue to my next question.
Okay.
Which is, what Joy-Con colors would you like to see? Or Joy-Con modifications?
Joy-Con modifications.
Or colors.
Or colors. Or both.
Or both.
Or both. A video button. Because there's the capture button, and I really like that feature, and it's a really nice feature. But a video button to record.
Where would it be?
Just right next to it, or like right there. Like just
right
below.
Right under the screenshot?
Yeah, right under the screenshot button. And it could just Nintendo could just sell it. Yes. I don't know. Because I think it'd be really easy. I think the PS4 already has. I know the PS4 already has the screenshot feature. But I'm not sure if the PS4 also has the videoing feature. I think it does. But yeah, I'd really like to see that feature in the Switch as well, because I've always wanted to record my gameplay, but it's kind of hard with just like a regular camera because it looks really bright and stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. And then it would have to have some sort of icon on the screen, because then otherwise you would accidentally leave it on for a long time.
Yeah, and waste a lot of
recording.
Yeah, it needs to have like a little dot that's subtle, but there.
Yeah. And then that doesn't need to show up on the actual video. It could just happen while you're playing.
Of course, because
yeah,
just to show. Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, is there any colors you would like to see?
Brown. No, I'm just kidding.
Brown and beige.
Brown and beige Joy-Cons would be the piece of cake. No, I would like to see. I don't know. All the colors that I want have already been done. Yellow, green. Actually,
I would like.
How about chartreuse? I'm just kidding. Chartreuse.
I would like a double. Like, I would want a slightly different shade of green than the Splatoon, and I would want for both sides, for both left and right.
Oh yeah, because the Splatoon you can buy blue and red, the neon blue and the neon red Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
For either side.
Yeah.
But with the Splatoon Joy-Cons, you can't do that.
I'd like to see that for the Splatoon Joy-Cons, and I would also like to see like a slightly. I doubt that they're gonna do this, but I would like to see a slightly like brighter shade of green.
Yeah. A neon green.
Yeah, neon green.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having trouble. Gold.
Gold
Like the regular matte finish, but in gold. That would be cool. Have you ever seen Kevin Kenson?
I have not.
He's like a tech YouTuber, but mainly video games.
Okay.
There's this place called Colorware, and they'll customly. Have you heard of it?
No, I have not.
They'll customize your Switch colors. I heard it's really expensive, but they'll customize it. They didn't sponsor this video, but they'll do it, and I've seen some videos, and it looks really cool.
They did not sponsor the first episode of this podcast. No one has heard of.
No, that would be dumb.
Okay.
That would be dumb for a company to do.
Yep. Do you have another topic for us?
Yes. Wait, do you? Oh yeah, it's my turn. I forgot. Turn. Okay. Where does Nintendo go in the Zelda series after B.O.T.W?
B.O.T.W.
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 It's B.O.T.W. Breath of the Wild B.O.T.W.
This is like the biggest gaming question I've thought of in the past few weeks.
I know, and I had to think back to some of the other best Zelda games. We're talking B.O.T.W. Oot. Okay, for those of you who don't know what those are, that's Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask.
Oh, Majora's Mask. I was wondering what.
Yeah. Okay. So there was Link to the Past. That was it was an amazing game. Okay.
Yeah. It was just big for the time.
Yeah, it was really big, and it had a map, which was definitely a gratifying quality for it, and it definitely made it feel a little bit more hand-holdy than the original. But I think the map was a welcome feature.
I still prefer the original, but that's not an opinion.
You can... Shh. Okay, so... and after A Link to the Past, then there was Ocarina of Time, another one of the most critically acclaimed Zelda games of all time.
Yes.
And granted, it was the first 3D Zelda game, but it's still it has aged really well, which still proves that it wasn't critically acclaimed just for its 3D. Because imagine, like, because they came out with Ocarina of Time 3D, and that became a Nintendo Select. So, a lot of people may argue that game is just considered the best because it was the first 3D Zelda game, but you have to remember that game aged really well.
It aged okay.
Really well.
Okay.
We'll say really well. And then after Ocarina of Time came Majora's Mask, which is just another one of a lot of people's favorite game in the Zelda franchise. And then I feel like, and the next few games I'm about to mention aren't bad games in any way, but I think
there are really bad Zelda games.
There aren't.
They're just not as good.
We won't mention the CDI games.
Oh yeah, those don't count.
Those don't count. Okay.
Those don't count.
I feel like they're not bad games, but they definitely took it downhill to what Lotitipa and B.O.T.W was. So there was a Wind Waker, and a lot of people ridiculed Wind Waker for the artwork at first, but then eventually liked it. But there's a lot of segments in Wind Waker that no one likes, like the Triforce Quest. There's just a lot of grinding in that game, I've heard. And then there was Twilight Princess, and Twilight Princess, I feel like Twilight Princess is definitely underrated, but it's definitely not as good as Ocarina of Time or Link to the Past. Yeah. And after that was Skyward Sword, and Skyward Sword definitely took a little deep.
Yeah.
And none of those are bad games in any way. They're just not as good, I feel like, as the others.
Like, the original game, I would also put up there in the greats, not just for my opinion, because, like, the original game was pretty awesome when it first came out.
Yeah.
Like, for that time, it was
so different.
Yeah.
It just shows that Nintendo charm that is still.
It's not just. It wasn't. And the thing about the original game is, especially for that time, it wasn't just simple fun. It was, here's your world. Good luck.
Do stuff.
Yeah.
It's
dangerous to go alone.
But in between, Skyward Sword, in between Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, and B.O.T.W, which B.O.T.W has been critically acclaimed with a Metascore of 97. Yeah. So in between, there was A Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
Which was an original Zelda game, and of course, it was a Lotitipa remake. But that just proves that even A Link to the Past has aged really well.
Yeah.
And it was still different than A Link to the Past. Different enough that it could be called its own game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people still call it a remake of sorts of A Link to the Past. But it was still critically acclaimed.
Yeah. And
I really like the modern 2D style that it has.
Yeah. So, where do they go now?
Don't know.
Is it Legend of Zelda VR?
I hope so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they did it right, that would be awesome, but I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be what Majora's Mask was.
Yeah.
Just a Breath of the Wild 2.
VR?
VR.
I feel like it'd be really easy to ruin a VR.
Yeah. But then again, it's VR, so I think a lot of people will just accept it. And of course, not to say that Nintendo will just bomb on the game completely. I think it needs to just be Breath of the Wild 2. Because everyone loves Breath of the Wild so much.
You can't call it Breath of the Wild 2.
No, it's not going to be called Breath of the Wild 2 because Breath of the Wild is so...
Yeah, you can't just throw twos on Zelda titles.
I know, I realize that, but that's just what we'll call it for the time being.
We need to come up with the name for this game.
Breath of the Home.
Breath of the Civilized Area.
Breath of the Civilized Area.
It's just Sim City.
Yeah, like Terrytown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but...
Anyway, so Breath of the Civilized.
So, Breath of the Civilized Area.
Yep.
Yeah, it really just needs to be a Breath of the Wild 2. Because think about, like, Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask. Think about what that was. That was good.
Mm-hmm. I think it could be interesting.
Yeah.
I would just... Because they would have to do... I mean, they could use assets and enemies and stuff from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, because I really like the graphics.
They would have to change something big.
Yeah, they'd have to change something big. Like, the mechanic of Majora's Mask changed drastically from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. I don't know what that change would be, though.
Yeah, I don't know either. Just it has to be another open world game because the open world formula just works really well.
I don't think Nintendo fans will take another.
I think they would. I think they would. They would, but it has to be open. Like it just does.
It would have its fans, but I mean, like, come on. After Breath of the Wild, we need more open world.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how much bigger they could get. Okay, actually no, they could get bigger because Zelda Breath of the Wild isn't pushing the Switch's hardware to its limits at all. Like it's not doing that. So I think they could definitely make the world bigger and definitely push the Switch's limits.
Yeah.
To make this game really good.
Yeah. I have a question.
Okay.
In Mario Kart. What do you think of blue shells?
I don't know. I don't like getting a blue shell when I'm in the back. Okay, blue shells, if you really think about it, blue shells are just bad. They're not good.
The main question I'm getting at is...
They're not fair for the person in front, and you mostly get them when you're in behind, and so if you're only hitting the person in the front, then you're not really doing much.
Yeah.
Okay, and granted, it can hit people on its way to the front.
Yeah.
But it only hits them like as if it were a red shell, and it doesn't hit them on the scale as if it were the front. I think it needs to hit be like right at next. It needs to be, as far as OP-ness goes, it needs to be right up there next to Bullet Bill.
Yeah.
Giving the effect that it has on the first few people, on the first player, to the first 3 or 4 people that are in front of you if you're in like 12th place.
Yeah.
I think that's what the blue shell needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah. The main question I'm trying to get at is would Mario Kart be improved if we got rid of the blue shell? Yes.
Yes.
But the blue shell's so iconic at this point.
It is, but... Okay, no. It shouldn't be removed. Okay. It should just be changed, like I said.
Okay.
It should just be changed. Because then it could have the same dread as a blue shell does, but it's just a much more useful effect.
And it is possible to not get hit by a blue shell if you're in first place.
Yeah, there's a myriad of ways to not get hit, which is another reason. The new horn power-up is if you blow the horn right as the blue shell comes, it'll smash it. Yeah. I think any shell. I think it'll smash any shell, including the blue shell. Yeah. Yeah. I saw YouTube. I didn't watch it, but I saw it on YouTube, and it was 10 ways to avoid a blue shell. If there's 10 ways to avoid that thing, whether they're hard or not, as long as there's 10 ways, it shouldn't be OP. I think the bullet bill is OP. And that's super cliche, but it just is.
I don't think the bullet bill is really that OP. Because
it steers for you. It's faster. It gets you up like from 12th to like 5th place, which can actually give you a chance.
Yeah, but that's what makes Mario Kart great. Is no matter how far behind you are, you still have a chance.
Which is why the change in the blue shell needs to be made.
That's why bullet bills need to stay in. Because
I never said that bullet bills should go.
Well, I don't think they're overpowered. I think that they're just pushing the limits of overpoweredness.
Okay. Well, that's fair. Yeah. Let's just do one more topic. It's a good topic.
Okay. If we don't talk,
it's the Switch VR peripheral. I've been waiting to get to this one. I kind of wanted to save it for the end.
Okay.
Or near the end if you want to keep going after this.
Okay.
So, the Switch VR peripheral. Yeah, so what do you think? A little while back, it's been patented by Nintendo, a Switch VR peripheral, and it's like a big, bulky thing, and they'll probably change the design, but for right now, if you've seen the patent itself, it's like a big, bulky thing with 2 little circles, and like the Switch slides into it. So what do you think? Do you think Nintendo's actually going to do it? And if they do, will it be successful?
I really hope they do it, and I think it could have a decent amount of success.
Yeah, I think it could too. Yeah, I think it would be really cool, just like playing Breath of the Wild in VR, like not even worrying about the outside world. It's like, and it definitely takes that portableness of the Nintendo Switch.
Being in the far superior Breath of the Wild world.
So I know to a lot of people the Switch is mainly a portable console, but I know to a lot of people the Switch is mainly a home console, and the portableness is mostly a gimmick to them. But this just takes the portableness to those people to the whole next level.
That's true.
Like, and like I said, to a lot of people the Switch is mostly a portable console, but if it had VR, it could definitely rival to its home console side.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I like what you said, and I think this has a lot of merit, which is the people that don't really use handheld, which I think is a minority, that this would definitely give them a use for it.
Yeah.
And it's like... And I feel like sooner or later Nintendo is going to get into the VR business, so I think
they have to, because, I mean, Xbox... I've been told that the Oculus Rift is made by Xbox, and I'm not exactly sure about that, but there definitely is PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
Which has had its fair share of success since it was launched. And I've heard it's pretty good for what it is, and it's really expensive, but that's because all the hardware is built into it.
Yeah.
Like, it hooks up, but it's all there. But with the VR peripheral, I'm thinking more like $50 to $70 for it, just because all the hardware is already right here. All the VR thing does is somehow splits your eyes so that one image goes to each eye. And it looks like
I think they could go cheaper than that.
I think they could, but I don't think I want them to, because I feel like it would be really bad if they went cheaper like that.
But you already have to buy. You've already bought the system.
I know, but the VR, how VR works is it has to be 2 images that goes into each eye.
I understand that, but
okay, actually, I should have looked up what the price point is for those VR systems for like smartphones.
Yeah,
because it has to be the same idea.
Yeah,
I have to look up. I think I have to look up the price point. I think we'll mention that in a future episode.
Yeah, I don't think they're that expensive.
I don't think they're that expensive.
I think I'm saying
$50 to $70. Definitely on the lower side, but it could be
they
higher.
could do a $30-$40.
Okay, maybe.
Imagine $30 or $40.
That's cheaper than a game.
That is. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be cheaper than a dock.
The dock's price is a joke, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nintendo. Is it $60? It's like 80.
It's like 80.
Yeah, $80 for a plastic shell. Like, that's
like the third. It's like if it's like $80 for, it's like if it's $80 for the dock and $80 for the Joy-Con.
How much is the tablet?
How much is the Switch?
Can you sell the tablet on its own?
Yeah. Yeah, because then that's only $140 for the actual thing.
But of course, then Nintendo has to make its profit.
Yeah, but it's like the dock should be like what, $20?
The dock should be like $30 at the most. $30 at the most.
20.
It's literally a plastic shell with a few wires in it to help you hook it up to your TV.
Yeah.
All right. So
the last question.
Last topic of our first podcast.
Okay.
What is it going to be?
This is very important.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. You are a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, correct?
Yes.
What would you say is the biggest mystery of Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Oh, gosh. Oh, I gotta think about this one.
No. Just what is it?
I gotta think about it.
This isn't the question. What is it?
What is it?
What is the biggest...
what is it?
What is it?
But this is an opinion.
Okay, what's one of the main questions we're left with?
I don't know, I gotta think it...
Just think about it.
There's so much
maybe having to do with Zuko?
Left untouched. No, actually, I think the biggest mystery is why is the North Pole so big and the South Pole so small? Like, that just bothered me, even when I was littler and I didn't understand much. Why is this one, like, so grand and this one so small? And I realized the Fire Nation raid, but when Katara told about the Fire Nation raid when she was littler, it didn't even look that big then.
Yeah.
Like, why is the North Pole so much better than the South Pole?
Okay,
they're both cold. They're both deathly cold. They both have like virtually the same climate.
That's reasonable, but is there a certain Zuko having to do with his family mystery?
I'm thinking. There's so much to go
Maybe his mother.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm hitting my head on the wall. Yeah, what happened to Zuko?
They answer it in a comic that I read.
Well, don't say it here.
It's a 250-page graphic novel. I read it in 40. Well, I read it in just over a day.
Well, of course, graphic novels you can read in an hour.
Yeah, but it's mind blowing.
Okay, well, you gotta.
I can't say here.
I have to buy it. Yeah, I gotta get it. But what happened? And at the very last episode, Zuko says, "Why didn't I remember this?" Zuko says to Azula in jail, "Where is?" Oh gosh, that bothered me.
Sam.
That bothers me.
Sam.
Help me, Enoch.
We still have it. We got it from the library. It's downstairs.
Well, you gotta renew it and let me borrow it. Well, you gotta renew it and then let me borrow it and then I'll give it back and then you can return it to your library.
Mind blowing.
I know.
And it's so
well,
deep.
What's the title so you can tell the viewers?
It's Avatar: The Last Airbender. The Search.
The Search. Okay. Oh well, that's kind of obvious. The search for Zuko's mother.
Yes.
Does it have anything to do with Aang? Because I really want to.
Aang's there.
Aang's
there. Katara's there. Sokka's there. Toph is not there for a reason that will become clear in the first few pages.
Okay.
It switches between right after the main series and back to Zuko's mom.
Oh, okay. So it takes place like right after when he asks. It takes place right after.
Yeah, it takes place right after, but then it switches every now and then, like a backflash scene with voice acting.
What? Okay, that actually there was a split second there when my brain was like, wait, voice acting, and I was like, oh wait, okay.
Yeah, no, it's just a book. It's not.
Okay, I really want to read that now.
You have to read it.
Zuko's mother.
And the writing quality is just as good as the series.
Like all the characters' personality is there and stuff.
It's pretty good. I would say Sokka could have been done a little better, but other than that, it's fine.
Okay.
Like I would say Sokka's not a main focus, so he's a little less funny, I would say, but it's really not that big of a deal.
Okay. Yeah.
I stayed up so late finishing that. It was so awesome.
Oh my god.
And then after...
Why didn't I think of that?
And then after, I just laid on my bed and stared at the ceiling and just thought about it. And it's so crazy.
Why didn't I think of that? That bugs me.
No, Sam, you have to read that. I think it's like about 3...
I really want... Okay, no. That graphic novel needs to be turned into an episode.
It's split up
into
a
feature-length film.
It's split up into what would be like 3 episodes.
Okay, yeah, they need to make some sort of mini-series. A Netflix original mini-series about that. Okay, Netflix... Okay, honestly, just a side topic right now. Netflix original series have been gaining a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Not that they're all family-friendly.
Yeah.
But from what I heard about some of them... Yeah. They actually have been gaining a lot of attention, and I remember when they first came out with the Netflix original series, and they were just jokes.
Yeah.
They were just jokes, like...
Yeah, I definitely noticed that.
Do you remember Veggie Tales in the House? Just dumb. They're just jokes.
That was...
Although, okay, no, there's this one Netflix original series. Voltron Legendary Defender is so great.
I've seen the first few episodes.
No, it is so great. I watched both Season 1 and Season 2. Okay. I binged them.
Okay.
And I actually loved it. It reminds me so much of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
But it's so, like, intergalactic-y. And when you think of Voltron, you may think of, like, a 5-year-old kid. But it's deeper than that. Like, it's definitely a show for the 5-year-old kid. But
it's no Power Rangers.
It's no Power Rangers. It definitely isn't.
Oh yeah,
and I actually enjoyed it.
Just a little thing to end us off.
And Season 3 is coming out in August, and I'm so excited.
Okay,
I think it's already out, and I need to binge it.
Okay, just a little side note, and I don't know if this is true. This is a rumor I've heard, but I've heard that it's been confirmed they're coming out with another Avatar series after Korra.
I hope it's better than Korra.
Yeah. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. Korra is great, but
it was okay.
It's no Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I thought it was okay. I only watched the first season.
I've seen it all the way through.
Okay, after the first season, I'm
not gonna lie, the ending was kind of dumb.
Okay, well, I only watched the first season. And yeah, I don't know. I really liked the industrial like revolution aspect of Korra. Yeah. I mean, actually liked that. I liked that.
What was the most advanced thing you saw in the first season?
The cars.
That's fine, and I kind of like that steampunk feel, but they took it way too far in later seasons. Like,
really?
Futuristic technology that, like, we don't have, they use, and it's just kind of like... It's just kind of like, that's kind of dumb.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're right, and if it has been confirmed... Is it going to take place in modern times?
Okay, I've been thinking about that.
That would be... awesome. Imagine like a firebending battle in the middle of the streets of New York City, or a New York City-esque setting.
I think that'd be kind of dumb. Okay.
What?
I've thought about this a lot.
Earthbending asphalt.
There's two ways that this should happen. It should go back to a previous avatar.
Like before even the waterbending avatar that we see in the last episode.
So like way back.
Before even that, so like way back.
Way back. Either that or, now hear this, I think this would be awesome. Post-apocalyptic avatar.
That would be cool. Now that would be really something. I think that would be really interesting. What would be the apocalypse? Like what would
I don't know. I've thought about that.
A world war?
I was thinking World War.
A zombie
World War is not zombies. Not zombies.
Okay, that'd be cliche.
World War is okay, but I think even a World War is a little cliche. Dragon War.
A dragon outbreak, but dragons are extinct.
Zuko has one in Korra.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
I need to rewatch Korra.
There was the...
maybe I should give Korra a chance.
Yeah, I mean, Korra's not bad, but there are the two, Ron and Chang, or whatever, in the Sun tribe.
Yeah.
So there are enough dragons.
It really needs to, if it was confirmed, it really needs to hit right here, and I'm pointing to my heart. It really needs to hit right here for those Avatar: The Last Airbender fans.
Yeah. They can't. It
has to make really good, like, cult references to the original series.
Yeah.
They can't ignore some of the stuff that could be there. Like, I feel like a lot of reboots and shows, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, oh, is that? And it's actually just, is that this that happened in the original show? But it really isn't, and it's just something totally new, and I kind of wish that it was some sort of, like, reference. And it needs cult references.
Yeah.
Because that would really satisfy fans.
I am a huge, huge fan of the original. Like, that's, I think, the best series ever to be made, ever. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that I've never seen anything that's topped it. Some have come close. I'd say Gravity Falls have come close. But nothing that's topped Avatar: The Last Airbender for me.
It's just so good.
So, I would love to see a post-apocalyptic Avatar, because that's just, I love
post-apocalyptic settings in books
and
TV shows.
And then we have some like modern technology left over.
Yeah.
But then, and I was thinking about this. I think it'd be really cool. You know the bow and arrow guys that like shoot really accurately.
Yeah,
They should be a clan in the post-apocalyptic. Like we don't see them. I'm pretty sure we don't see them at all in Korra. But I think they should still be around, and then be around in post. And they're like a tribe. They're like a tribe of people. And then, like, they have to be allies, or, like, they're allies with Avatar, or enemies of the Avatar, or whatever. Like, but post-apocalyptic Avatar would be pretty dope.
Yeah, and so, okay, in the cycle, I'm trying to think of the cycle. So it goes air, water,
it's Earth next.
Yeah.
Earth, male.
Male. Oh, right, because Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was an Earth male, it has to remind me of, what's his face from the series? Who befriends Katara, and they're like in the Earth Kingdom town that's no longer, that was taken over by the Fire Lord.
Oh yeah,
what's his name?
Cole.
No, it was like Ha. It started with a Ha. Hana, Hanu, Hama, Haku, Paku. No, Paku something else.
Yeah.
It was like Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Haru! It's Haru.
Haru!
Oh, that was it. Haru. Okay, it was Haru. Okay,
Haru.
So if the new Avatar was a Earth Kingdom male, it has to
be a descendant of Haru.
It has to be. Like, that would just make so much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should make it.
Yeah.
They should hire us to make it.
Yes, we should write it. We should write it because we know. No, me and my older sister Emma and you should all write it because my older sister loves the Avatar: The Last Airbender series, and she knows some stuff, and we know some stuff. And we would know what fans want. Yeah. Because we are fans of the show. We are
fans of the original. Because I feel like they would have to like base it more off the original than Korra, because Korra just frankly wasn't as good.
Yeah, and it had references, like, it had, like, cutscenes, flashbacks to when Aang was older.
Yeah. And later, I don't want to spoil anything too big for Korra for you, but we do see some older characters later on. But doesn't
Katara come back?
I mean, we see Katara a little bit, but, like, there is some nostalgia points, but it just felt kind of...
empty?
It felt empty, and when they gave it to us, it was like, they were like, oh, look, a reference, guys, do you see it? Like, they felt like a little too forced.
Yeah.
I mean, actually,
that is a good point.
There was one. I already told you that we see Zuko later, and the Zuko cameo is actually pretty cool. But other than that, there's a few other characters that I feel like, really, like, it's cool to have them, but it feels a little forced. But anyway.
Yeah. Does Momo ever come back in Korra?
No.
This will be the final question.
Oh, yeah, okay, wait. Actually,
wait. Momo come back?
I have to bring this up. Watch us go for just like another hour on this, but
yeah, that's
okay. This is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and my older sister doesn't have faith in me about this. Okay, so Master Paku told Aang that he was gonna meet someone in the tower temple thing. That he was gonna meet someone.
What tower temple?
The where all the Avatar statues are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Eden, my sister. She is convinced that was, dang. Roku, yes, sorry, that's...
I think it was Momo.
It's Momo.
It has to be Momo.
Momo.
I think it was Momo. Momo, not only is he comic relief for, like, the rest of the series, I feel like he has a deeper meaning.
And is Momo Aang's spirit animal?
Or, is Momo...
Is Momo a spirit?
So, in Asia... There's a lot of belief in reincarnation. Is Momo a reincarnation of Avatar Roku?
Oh
wait, no, actually no. Because Aang is a reincarnation. Okay, no. How about this? Okay, so I realize that. But the avatars are still kind of their own people. Like they have different personalities.
They have different disagreements. And they have different morals.
So there's the Avatar. Okay. Yeah. This just came up. This just came up in my brain. Is there the Avatar reincarnation and then just the person reincarnation? So because all the Avatar were just regular people before they found out they were the Avatar. So the Avatar reincarnation went into Aang, but then Roku's person reincarnation went into Momo.
Okay. So we do learn a little bit. Like we learn a lot. The thing I do appreciate about Legend of Korra is we do learn a lot about like. The lore of the Avatar and stuff, and we do kind of learn. Basically actually I don't want to spoil this for you, but basically we learned something that could kind of confirm that, which would make it possible for Aang to be the reincarnation of the Avatar, but then Momo be the reincarnation
of Roku.
But is there any evidence that's no. Roku? Could it be someone else?
The personalities. I'm just gonna say
personalities.
The personalities. Roku, even though Roku can be serious, still definitely has his joking sides.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, is Momo a reincarnation of Monkey Otso?
No way.
Yeah, because Monkey Otso definitely
has a
more jokingly side than Roku does.
Yeah.
Especially when we think of, and especially when it goes back to Aang's memories of like the cakes. Do you remember the cakes?
Oh yeah. Like, he definitely has a very strong personality.
So plus Momo.
They both have an M.
But they both like Momo. The monk. M-O is the first two letters of monk.
Yeah.
And M-O-M-O.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like could it be true? Like, Aang is so sad about Monkey Otso dying, but has Monkey Otso been there the whole time.
Whole time.
The whole time.
And Momo was the one who lead him to Monkeyatzo's.
Oh, that's true. That's
so
true.
he wants.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy.
It sounds so dumb, but it might actually.
It sounds not so dumb.
Well, it sounds dumb until you think about it, and then you're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Could it be true?
It has. Oh my gosh.
This is.
Monkeyatzo has been reincarnated into a flying lemur.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think definitely a lot, and okay, this is just another thing to prove it. A lot of Momo's jokes go off in, like, have to do with his ability to fly.
Uh-huh.
And so I think, Monkeyatzo likes to play practical jokes, we know that. So I think now that he was reincarnated into that animal, and he's been given the chance to fly,
yeah,
I think that just, like, opens up the door for him, which is why he does a lot of those funny, silly behaviors that he does in the show. Yeah. And he doesn't really have to worry about his responsibilities of a monk anymore.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Oh, man.
That...
My adrenaline is, like, pumping right now. I'm just going off of that high.
Ooh.
That was...
Well, okay.
That was good.
I feel like we should end it here.
I think we should.
That's probably the peak of our podcast right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like we need an outro. Like, see ya, guys, later.
Homies.
My home slicicles.
My homies.